Hey everybody, Ken here, Nate here. So glad to have you back for our Roxy Music show. Thank you so much for joining us every Friday on YouTube and Facebook, wherever. We're going to do something a little different today. Roxy Music has a ton of heritage, and we thought it might be fun to look a little bit at the history. We've been trying to figure it out. We actually have the original book from when the Radichaks, who founded Roxy's, closed up. So we're looking at the history. We thought, for those of you out there in the online world and YouTube world, we're in this beautiful town. Maybe Tyler, you can look back. We're in the beautiful town of LaPorte, Indiana. Flip that camera around and show them. It's down there. It's just a small town. We're going to try to find the original Roxy Music, because where we're standing
is not the original.
It's not the original. You can flip it back around here, Tyler. So Roxy Music's actually been around. We actually had somebody call us on the phone, Nate, and complain that we stole the name for the band Roxy Music.
That's right. I remember that, but we had to inform them that we were there first.
We were there first. 1939 is when Roxy was founded. So we're actually at 1012 Lincoln Way. We got a bunch of lakes in LaPorte that way, a ton of them. But we thought, we got this picture. That's the picture right there. We'll throw it up there for you to see. It's the parade. This looks like 1956. So there used to be something, it was called Roxy because there's a theater called the Roxy Theater, which I think was right over there based on this picture. We're gonna go look at it, we'll walk around, you can see the town. We'll come back real quick. Let's go this way. Woohoo. So, you know, the only one old enough right now to remember how old this was is Reed, who's our guitar tech in this store. He's gonna watch this later, so he's not that old, 1939.
How old is he?
How old is Reed? He is definitely not that old.
Not that old.
We think that the movie theater, Tyler, we think the movie theater is like right here.
Yeah.
That's where we think it is. So based on this picture, I also have our storefront, which is right there. Nate, while we're here, how long have you worked with Roxy?
I've been at Roxy for 8 years.
8 years now?
Yeah. Well, so it'll be 9 at the end of this year. Yeah.
So we think that right here,
yeah, I think it was right here.
Based on this picture, is where Roxy Music was. So walking down the street, a lot of great history here in town. What's that?
Oh yeah, 901.
Right there.
That was the address.
That was the address right there, 901, 911. The theater was on the corner here. So it's now this Northwest Health Medical Building. Because one thing that LaPorte is known for is the amount of medical buildings that we have here. Because everybody's sick, apparently. That's not true. That's not true. We're not sick. So the theater that we have, the picture that we have.
Yeah, so then the corner right here at Indiana and Lincoln Way.
So
they need another theater here.
They do.
Yeah.
The original Roxy Theater was this parking lot. Because that is the picture. Yeah, so that's the picture. So we're right downtown.
Right downtown.
Yeah. So 1939 to present, Roxy Music's been around. So we are full service. We're gonna pause. We're gonna magically show back up at the store. We'll kind of talk where we are, because we actually don't want to stay in the history, because we're excited about what's coming in the future. All right?
That's right.
Keep with us. All right, we have made it back from down where the original theater. So when they moved from that theater spot, they came to this spot right here.
This building right here.
This one right here that's all closed up. It won't be closed up for long, because we got some really cool things that we're very excited about coming. We're going to put a studio in there to be able to teach people how to do recording arts, do some group lessons in there, some things. So Nate's one of our teachers here. One of our big deals at Roxy is how many lessons we do. We do a lot of lessons a week. So we're excited about expanding that. It's closed up for now. We're going to start developing that. It expanded, so in let's see, what do we got? We got 1981. So
is when they moved from down there.
Well, no, it was this. No, they moved from down there somewhere in the 60s, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so because, and we can find the right time on that, put it in there, whatever that is. But in 1981, so it used to be Cablin's was here, I think, right? Cablin's hardware store was here. Cablin's offices were up there. But I think 1981, Jerry Cablin was sent over to buy a flute for his daughter. and found out that Ray Radicek was going to retire, and ended up buying Roxy Music.
And it was like a handshake deal too,
It was a
right?
handshake deal. I think, yeah, it was a handshake deal. Maybe a house was traded for it or something like that. So, anyways, Jerry Cableman took it over. I love when Jerry comes over. He still comes over and checks on the store every now and then. So then they expanded in Roxy into the second building as it grew. So it grew from there. And Cableman's kept their offices up there until they expanded into this. This used to be a Kroger's grocery store. And then that moved over there. Cableman's moved in there. Roxy's expanded here. And then they kept expanding. So that's it. Hopefully you can hear over all the truck noise. It's a very busy road. But let's take a peek over here real quick, because this is a message to the mayor of our town, who we are very fond of. We would love to put a band shell there so that we can do some serious rock and roll concerts right across the street from Roxy Music. That'd be awesome. It doesn't have to be rock and roll. We'd go with blues.
We like all the kinds of music.
Yeah, we'd go with jazz. We could go
country and western.
We could go bluegrass too. We like bluegrass. We just did a bluegrass jam on the sidewalk that was awesome. So come on inside. We're going to go inside and see Roxy Music. So one of the cool things about Roxy that you need to know is actually it's the people, to me, that make up Roxy Music. Our staff. Nate's been here for 8 years. Believe it or not, me and Tyler, who's behind the camera, we're the youngest people here. We've only been here for less than a year. Actually, coming up on 1 year. 1 year on August 1st, we will have owned Roxy Music. So coming into the store, you got this killer spot. We do all things now is basically rock and roll shop, like a rock shop kind of thing. Guitars, basses, drums, keyboards, sound, recording. We're digging into recording. We got Joan here, who's behind the. Joan, you need to wave. Yeah, she's sporting an incredible Roxy Music shirt. She's been here for what, 17 years, Joan? Has it been 18 years, something like that? 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. And like we said, the only person in the room who's actually been here really since 1939 is Reed back there. So that's not, but Reed, how long you've been here? 30-ish, 34 years. He's our main guitar tech. So one of the things that we do is he does it officially. You'll have seen him throw guitars off the roof, but he's actually, believe it or not, an incredible guitar tech, repairs guitars, Fender certified. We do a lot of work on Fender warranty repair work. Trying to figure out, Fender's a big deal to us. Ibanez, Gretsch, LTD, Martin, Yamaha. We love all those. So we've been developing this store.
Should we walk down the guitar wall?
Oh yeah. The guitar wall is actually pretty impressive. There was a social media post where it was red sheets and Reed was crying when we pulled the last one off. I may have made him cry, like literally said, Reed, cry. So this is the Great Wall of Guitars. So after, and then the Cableman's owned the store until last year.
That's right.
Right, so last year they sold it off. So had a great manager, Bill, that was here for all that time, and so now we are moving on. So we got guitars, electrics. We have one of the new things that we have, though, is we've been building up a whole drum department. One of the things that I'm hoping to do for those of you out there is, we're still working on it, but is to become a great drum shop where you can come and grab all the things that you're looking for drums. Takes a lot to develop that, just so you know. One of our favorite rooms is our Martin room back there. When we go in there, people love to go in and play them.
The fancy guitars.
Yeah, the fancy guitars. One of the things that we do like to say is all things are playable. Like, we love for people coming in and play things. We have the amps ready to roll. We every now and then we might ask you to turn it down, because after 8 hours of listening to people rock on the tube amps,
jam considerably.
Yeah. So
the Honey Dipper.
The Honey Dipper. That's a heavy guitar right there.
It is. It's very heavy.
Yeah. So
it sounds good though.
So, I mean, we're a great music store. Online, we're at roxymusic.com. You can go check us out. It's very real time for the inventory levels there. When we do, Nate does a lot of the work for helping keep that information. So if the information's wrong, It's Nate's fault, right? If the picture's wrong, though, it's David's fault. Dave's on a vacation right now, so we can't actually.
Everything's his fault now.
Everything's his fault now. We're just throwing him under the bus because he's
not here.
Where's he at? He's been tanning for a while. I think he's in Florida. Is he going to Florida?
Yeah, he went to Florida.
He's been tanning for a few weeks, so he's going to love that we just pointed that out. So picture whatever it is that David looks like. Since we never show him, he's always behind the camera.
Yeah, I wonder what people think he looks like.
Yeah. So the other area that nobody really knows about when they come in here, they always think it's behind the desk, but we actually go all the way back to the first building, the original building. So we still have it. But this is an area that we're actually very excited about. We do repair work, which Reed is actually working on something right now. What do you got, a Dean?
It is a Dean.
Oh, with Floyd Rose pickups. Look at that blue on that thing. Throw a black light on that and see if it lights up.
Yeah, that's a very 80s kind of blue.
That's very blue.
That's right. Seymour Duncan, sweet.
Yes, some Seymour Duncan.
Yeah, somebody's having them.
Seems like a fancy guitar.
Yeah, so.
Shred machine.
Yeah, so do a lot of repairs. So back to it. Sorry we're digressing here. But one of the areas that we're very excited about is this area. It doesn't seem like much because it's a mess right now, but we're about to dig into this room because when we bought the store, we actually turned our stage into a photo studio, but that's all going away. So we're gonna get the stage a stage again. And we're gonna put some live music on that stage. And so we're pretty pumped by that. So we're gonna take all this stuff and flip it down that way and make this totally a performance based area. So that we do awesome recitals, which go back and check one of our videos on some of the recitals that we do and how we do them with full bands. We don't actually do them in here because we have too many people.
We do.
So we use a local church for that, and they're gracious enough to let us use their stuff. I might be the music pastor there, so that might
we have an in. Yeah.
We might have it in, but it's super comfortable. There's no way we could get all those people in here.
Oh no, it's been great. It really
yeah.
has,
So then the tech is great. So. And then right now we have back stock over there, but over in that area, that's where we're going to turn into behind the big painting on the wall. We're going to turn that into kind of a project studio recording area, group lessons, a place where we can teach recording arts. Recording's my specialty. That's the thing I know. So we don't have a lot of it. We're developing it. So we got some Personas gear that we're working on. But I'm going to let people actually work on an old 80s analog console so they can learn signal chain, they can learn actually how to use gates or actually how to use compressors that have knobs on them and not in a software so that when you go into software,
it makes a lot more sense.
It makes a lot more sense because it comes from somewhere. But we're very excited about having the stage come back to us. I think in November we have a big deal happening with J.J. Babbitt. That they're going to come and do a mouthpiece demonstration and a jazz. We're going to put a jazz band on the stage up there.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, and having some schools come in and some players come in to check out their mouthpieces. And then from there, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out how to do it. Is an open mic blues jam.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, sometime right around there. And then maybe a Christmas performance might be cool.
A Christmas concert would be awesome. I love playing the Christmas music.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So anyways, we do a lot of things here. Just one of the things we don't show yet, I won't take you up there. We have a lot above us. Don't show the roof because it's terrible right now. We have to paint it. We have a lot of lesson rooms. We do a lot of lessons a week. So I'm starting to dig into, we do sound installation. In fact, I just had a great rep here trying to get our hands on Allen and Heath D-Live consoles and things like that. So Martin boxes, some great power amps, because I do sound in studio. That's kind of my world. So, but we do a lot of lessons, obviously sell instruments, obviously repair things, band and orchestra instruments, full luthier services, which is awesome. Anyways, it's a little bit about Roxy. We are actually, if you're out there, we get on here on the videos and sometimes we do stupid things, throw a guitar off the wall. Sometimes we're talking about serious things like theory and music theory, things that we geek out about sometimes.
Yeah.
But nobody else maybe geeks out about it. But we talk about it, but we're here so that you can see that, hey, there really is a really cool music shop in
LaPorte, Indiana.
Which, if you want to know, we're only like 20 minutes away from Lake Michigan, which is cool. We have a ton of lakes here. Come to LaPorte. We have awesome restaurants here.
That's right.
We like to eat food here. That's how you get this figure, is by eating food. So
round is a shape.
So hopefully you enjoy this. Just a little bit about our company, our business. Check us out online at roxymusic.com for our store is online there. Check us out. Well, you're already on YouTube, so like and subscribe on YouTube.
Gotta do
share it. Come find us on social media, like Facebook. We interact with people all the time. So real people, you can even call us and we will pick up the phone. There is no automated voice service here. We pick up the phone. What's that? Our hold music is awesome, by the way. The hold music is awesome. So we tried to make sure it wasn't stupid. All right. So come back and check us out next week. Actually, I think next week I have a musician coming in from Indianapolis to talk about gigging. So you're going to enjoy.
All right.
You're going to enjoy
Bring it
sitting
on.
around and talking about that.
Yeah.
So, all right, we will see you next week.
Bye.